Hi everybody, so I'm James Simon. I'm the artist that created this 120-foot mosaic called the Magic River for Bradenton, and we're gonna do a little video tour of it, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about it while we're walking through it. Yeah, I made them in Pittsburgh. There, it's so. So we're going to start here. It starts so all the compositions have something to do with the spirit of Bradenton, and like I started with a fishing pier and a kid fishing, and there's some turtles and some birds and some palm trees, and the theme throughout the entire mosaic is the Manatee River, and you'll see as we go all the way along, there's a blue river that runs through it. And just to take note that there's nothing in the river right now because we had a community process, and a bunch of people from the community made fish last night, and on Monday we will fill the river with the community's fish. So we move along here, sailboat, river, and then we come along, and then there's a skateboarder. I always like to throw some kids doing some street fun stuff. And then there's a whole bunch of houses here. The houses are made mostly out of glass. The entire mosaic is a combination of glass and ceramic tile that I make, and mirror, and other found objects. So this kind of represents kind of the art community in Bradenton, and the general street life. Lots of colorful houses and stuff. And here you have a couple at a cafe drinking coffee with an umbrella. The umbrella is ceramic that I painted like kind of oriental flowers on and cooked in the kiln, so a lot of custom stuff you'll see here. And then we move on, we come to a bicyclist. He has his pet dogs riding on the back. It was a lot of fun to make the doggy, the whole thing actually. These are some fun towel I found just from Home Depot that I converted into cool looking pants. Lots of flowers. Here's we're coming to a couple, some beautiful cardinals I made out of glass, a couple with an umbrella walking in a garden. Kind of inspired by warm weather. I lived in Brazil for several years, so you know the climate and umbrellas and sun is also similar to Florida in Brazil. Palm trees, full moon or full sunshine. And then we have, I know you have a lot of markets here, so I did kind of my version of your farmer's market. And here's a woman with bananas and fruit, and here's some more very cool old homemade Mexican tile that I created the table with. And then here in the middle of the farmer's market, we have an actual artist painting a portrait of a chicken. The chicken I actually painted on ceramic tile, a portrait of a chicken, and cooked it. But the idea is that she's actually painting a chicken, so that's how that is. And then we move back to another stall, and it's the flower woman selling flowers. Here I incorporated different kinds of precious agate, sliced agate, to help pretty up the flowers. It was fun to discover that, to help make the flowers different. And then we have the musicians. I know Bradenton has a very important music festivals here, and I love music too, so there's a harmonica player, maybe one of the only harmonica players you ever find out of mosaic, because I've never seen any harmonica players made out of mosaic. And then guitar player, with a woman with beautiful hair, and then the bass player. And notice the bass player and then the piano player, they have very beautiful Mexican tile that I use for their shirts and vests. So that helped give an unusual kind of look to these very flamboyant musicians who like to wear colorful clothes. And then the river continues to run through here. I know you have an observatory in Bradenton, so I wanted to include some kind of stargazing. So the woman here is laying down and she's looking at the stars, so we kind of have the universe above. And then the universe, as you come along, it slowly turns into to baseballs. You see up here, the baseball starts. And You know, I know that the Pittsburgh Pirates have a big presence in Bradenton, and I'm also from Pittsburgh, so of course we featured some of the Pirates playing baseball here. So he's making a catch. And then we continue with the baseballs, and then as we move along, you'll see the baseballs still coming through the air, and below is the people, you know, watching the baseball game. Lots of different people and hairdos and everything. A very diverse crowd of mosaic people. Kids, adults, all kinds of shapes and colors. And then baseballs continue, and here's the beginning of the baseball with the batter hitting the baseballs. And then as we're pretty much coming to the end here. Then it turns into a nice flower garden. And at the very end, we have one of my favorites, which is a beautiful woman playing banjo. Magic River.